Rebecca Jo Laurie is full of amazing stories. She enjoys relaying them to her 18 grandchildren whenever she has time between cooking amazing food at family get-togethers. She has lived and is continuing to live a very full and happy life. To some, she is Becky Laurie, former senator, but to me and 17 others, she is Grandma Becky, the best grandma anyone could hope for. She was born as Rebecca Savage in the scenic small town of Little Falls, Minnesota on September 24, 1943. Her one and only sibling Judy was a child prodigy on the piano. She went to Juilliard and played in Carnegie Hall. Becky also took piano lessons but was not very fond of them. She would climb the tall trees so she wouldn't have to attend. At her recital, she recited a poem instead of playing the piano. Even though she did not play, Becky loved waking up every morning to the sounds of Bach and Beethoven from her sister. Becky went to Park Rapids Elementary until 7th grade. She then started attending Little Falls High School. In her day, girls weren't allowed to play basketball or other contact sports, but Becky stayed barely busy with cheerleading, tennis, and being a lifeguard in the warm Minnesota summers. Becky's best friend Terry, who has recently passed away, had an older brother named Eugene. He swore he would never court one of his sister's friends, but I am lucky enough to say that he broke his promise and I can call him Grandpa. Becky suggested once that he play cribbage with her because he didn't know how, but implied he wanted to learn. He came over to her house on a beautiful day, and this is how their love story started. They were married before classes began. Becky's first college was Asbury in Wilmore, Kentucky. She went for 2 years, then transferred to the University of Minnesota in her sophomore year and majored in art. Becky was an admirable student even throughout college. She managed to maintain A's and B's. My grandparents started their soon-to-be rapidly growing family with Tim in 1963 and eventually ended up having 3 more and adopting 8. That made for a very loud and unorderly home, but Becky believed ambiance made a person belong, so she kept things tidy. Their children's names are Tim, Matt, Jay, Tony, Leah, Kristen, Ben, Kim, Maria, Heidi, Nick, and Nando. They adopted children with different medical problems, which is how 2 of my uncles passed away. My mother, Kim, and my aunt, Leah, ended up in their family after they lost their mother in Korea and had to go to an orphanage. They were first adopted by an average family in Iowa, but they couldn't afford to keep them. At that current time, Kim and Leah were too old to be put in foster care, so Becky and Gene were asked to take them in. Gene had previously lost his job, so the decision to take them wasn't easy. Eventually, my Uncle Tim came to the conclusion that there is no difference between 8 of them going under or 10 of them going under. My mother was adopted by Becky and Gene Laurie in 1981. Becky was a part of the Senate for 10 years, then ran for governor but lost. Her son, Tony, now holds the position as senator. She served 16 years on the legislature before going back to her businesses like Magi Research Corporation. Matthew Laurie, Jay Laurie, and Nando Laurie have all passed away. The grief from burying his 3 sons could very well have been part of the reason my grandfather, Eugene Dallas Laurie, died in his sleep on October 12, 2008. Matthew was a pilot in the military and died in Iraq. Jay and Nando passed for medical reasons. One of Becky's grandchildren was even named Matthew in honor of his uncle. Becky has been to many places in her life, including Malaysia and Denmark on a youth apprenticeship, Germany, Istanbul, and Nepal. She still visits Turkey every once in a while because that is where Judy lives. She now spends her free time sewing, biking, and scrawling calligraphy for fun. It is slightly quiet, but currently she is dating Don. Becky seems very happy and content with her life now. She still loves my Grandpa Gene, but now she loves Don as well.